Good morning, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. Thank y'all so much for tapping back in to see what I have to say. I promise y'all, it truly does mean the world to me. But with that being said, what are we talking about? We're talking about Quant Network in this one, okay, you guys? Listen, for real, you guys. But before we get started, I thank all of y'all for liking, for commenting, for subscribing. We're on the road to 4,000, and I couldn't be more happier. Thank y'all for real, for real, for real. But Quant Network, y'all. Okay, so listen. I keep telling you guys, this is a roadmap. This is a plan. This is a strategic, methodic plan that has been rolled out. They have been working at this for over a decade. So of course, if we're at this point, they now have another decade of roadmap ready to be deployed. Follow me on this. 2025 is going to be the catalyst. It is going to be the year that ushers into the deployment year, which is 2026. Truly see where we sit in the realm of Web3 right now, okay? Quant Network is playing a huge part of the Web3 realm. And Overledger, their software as a service, their interoperable white label software as a service. Okay, so Quant Network CEO himself came out with an article on Quant Network talking about the roadmap basically to 2035. Truly see what's happening right now. And parts of that would have been, at this point, having certain patents in place, having certain technology partners and certain integrations done. Follow what I'm saying, because the next decade for this company is going to be incredible. And for you to be attached to the thing that powers the network is amazing, okay? Follow me on this. But in this very first video, I'm going over the actual Quant Network's announcement of them receiving their US patent. And this US patent is for chronologically ordering blockchain transactions. That means bringing all the blockchains into the same time zone so that they can do harmonious global commerce together. Follow me on this, okay? I'm always going somewhere. Here we go, that first video, and I will be right back.
Quant granted U.S. patent for chronologically ordering blockchain transactions. London, February 6, 2024. Quant, the blockchain for finance pioneer, has secured a new patent from the United States Patent and Trademark Office. The patent, titled Blockchain Communications and Ordering, recognizes that Quant has invented a unique method for chronologically ordering transactions from different blockchains. Having also secured a patent from the Japanese Patent Office last year. This represents another significant milestone in Quant's ongoing mission to make distributed ledger technology simple, trusted, and future-proof. Prior to Quant's research and development, different block times, the average time taken to generate a new block across blockchains meant that finding a definitive transaction ordering method over multiple blockchains that a consortium could agree on was a disjointed and inconsistent process. This hindered firms from integrating multi-blockchain-based projects into existing systems, are using more than one type of blockchain in their operations. The grant of U.S. Patent 11,842,335 recognizes that Quant has introduced a method to agree on a universal time zone for all blockchains, so that enterprises and smaller businesses can produce reliable, consensus-based records. Helen Kemet, Quant's general counsel, comments, as blockchain adoption grows, patents are vital in protecting the fruits of research and development and act as a catalyst for ongoing innovation. At Quant, we view patents as a key way of solidifying our market position as a pioneer in blockchain for finance. Quant has a proven track record of supporting large institutions in the digitization of financial markets, including collaborating with the Bank of England and Bank of International Settlements on Project Rosalind to explore how APIs could be used for digital currency systems. It is also making blockchain more accessible to firms of all sizes via its low-code platform, Overledger. Other elements of Overledger's technology are also patent pending in various jurisdictions.
Now, as you can see, that patent was actually granted last year. And I know there was a little AI. Y'all let me know if y'all like or dislike the AI. So I know moving forward, because I don't want to bore you guys, but I want you guys to get the information, okay? Like, for real, this is incredible. This is absolutely incredible for us to be sitting in the realm of Web3, of Quant Network, of the onboarding process, the catalyst year. Because what does catalyst mean? It's almost like when you're getting ready to light a fire, that first match that you strike, That is the catalyst. And that catalyst is going to be global regulation laid by the end of 2025, ushering into the deployment year of 2026. Because if you listen to what Gilbert Burdian said last year about 2024, he said that was the onboarding. Think about it. He said this is the onboarding of the institutions. So that means all of 2024 and all of 2025, the institutions would have been onboarding the technology. Now that we are all onboarded, we are all on this ship together. Now the catalyst to strike the match, to set the rocket off, is being struck in the end of 2025 as these global regulations go live for the deployment year of 2026, 2027, 2028, 2029, and beyond, getting into the realm of the 2030s. Understand what is happening right now in 2025, you guys. This is an incredible time to be in the Web3 space. It's an even more incredible time to know about a Quant Network and all of the work that they have been putting in for the last decade in regards to blockchain and distributed ledger technologies on massive global levels, because you've tied it to things like the ISO and the IEEE, and I believe the acronym is the IUTI, and several other global standard organizing bodies. The IETF is another one, truly see, okay? But we're diving into this article from Gilbert Burdian talking about that 2035 vision and roadmap. Follow me on this. I'm always going somewhere. Come from my boy Maximus Crypto, bro. You rock. I appreciate you, and I appreciate the shout out. But I will be right back.
Excuse me. Posted August 11th. UK's digital finance revolution from vision to reality by 2035. For one, in a recent Innovate Finance webinar, industry leaders dissected the Chancellor's comprehensive reform package, 25 documents released from July 2025 from the Treasury, FCA, PRA, Bank of England. The consensus, the vision is bold, but execution will determine whether UK leads or follows. There's urgency. Real action is what will cement the UK's fintech longevity over the next 30 years. Right. And oh, by the way, and Channing, shout out to Channing, King Channing. Give Channing a follow. Seriously. You should follow Channing. You want constant quant updates, like literally almost every day? Channing's your channel. I used to be that channel. I'm not that channel anymore. You know, I cover a lot of things. Give King Channing a follow. Seriously, go to YouTube, type in @King Channing. If you want consistent quant updates, he's your guy. But anyway, the bottom line is this. It's mentioning that longevity for 30 years. So Channing, again, and I have pointed out that quant, they have these patents, right? We've done the deep dives about this. Those patents are typically 30 years. Notice that he mentioned like 30 years. Why always 30 years? Okay. As you see here, Gilbert Burdian points out the sentiment of it all. Government is working on creating new regulated activities for crypto assets, such as operating crypto trading platform and stablecoin issuance. But market participants are keenly aware that regulatory clarity elsewhere has already created competitive advantages. All right. So, again, how they balance it all, what kind of interoperability you have, we can get into all that. But I want to point out the missing pieces, because that's what I do, right? Connect dots. So, despite the comprehensive nature of the reform package, some critical areas receive limited attention. Financial fraud, despite being a major industry concern, was largely overlooked. RegTech, which could streamline compliance and reduce costs, received minimal focus. My goodness, despite its potential. But the treatment of open finance also represents a misled opportunity, while mentioned in the strategy documents about concrete progress remains limited. With the FCA expected to deliver a roadmap by March of 2026 for industry moving digital speed, such timelines. And again, 2035. Some people don't want to see these things about 2035. They just want to see now. All right, here is why you shouldn't be in so much doubt. Right here. Gilbert Burdian pointed out by 2035, digital finance will be the norm, and this year it will be seen as the catalyst. At the end of the day, it is a great infrastructure play, and like it points out here, talking about the whole thing of not just the missing pieces, and not just 2035, but this one. And I should have highlighted this earlier. It's the catalyst. Gilbert Verdient observed during the webinar, because again, I showed you that key thing about specifically Revolut. By 2035, digital finance will be the norm, and this will be seen as the catalyst this year, as in 2025, not 2035. The question isn't whether digital transformation will happen, it's whether the UK will lead it. Government has set an ambitious course. Now comes the harder task, turning vision into reality, one milestone at a time. For UK's fintech sector, the next 12 months will be crucial in determining whether these bold plans translate into the competitive advantage that will define the next decade of financial services.
Now, you guys just heard everything that Gilbert had to say in regards to that particular article through my boy Maximus Crypto, okay? And I know a lot of that was UK focused, but understand that Overledger is global and already has global ties, tying it right back together with things like governments and central banks. These are the announcements that have already been made, but they get overlooked or forgotten, So truly see that what is being laid out is a methodic plan. All of these announcements, all of these things were notches on the roadmap being met, and then a global announcement was made. Whether that global announcement was small or whether that global announcement was small, it was still a global announcement being made. Because I understand that Quant Network doesn't have a very huge retail-facing voice, but even on Twitter, because they are back on Twitter, but even on LinkedIn, things of that nature, when announcements are made, that's global. Those are global networks. And the people that need to know, and the ones that should have known will wish they one day had. Follow me on this. It's going to be a lot of those shoulda, woulda, coulda stories out there. It's going to be a lot, just like right now, people are like, I wish I knew about Amazon. I wish I knew about Google. I heard this stuff all the time. But then when I say, okay, well, let me explain to you what, the Web 3 is, and let me talk to you about these companies that are facilitating global infrastructure. Some people, and it's literally like 1% of people, get it. And a light goes off in their mind, and they truly do start doing certain things. A lot of other people hear it, and it goes completely over their head. And they don't understand until a decade later the opportunity that they had right then. Follow me. Because it'll be a time where a lot of people that have run into me will say, I wish I had listened to you in 2025 when you were telling me about these companies. That's all I'm going to say in regards to that. But anyway, so if y'all are tapping in right now and y'all are tuning in and y'all are understanding and picking up what I'm putting down, y'all, this road to 2035 is going to be incredible and beyond, because they are facilitating global infrastructure that is now being codified into law. And I'm gonna keep saying that the Genius Act is Overledger, the programmability, the interoperability, and I'm gonna keep saying it till somebody prove me wrong, because it is tied to global standards and internet protocols. How would you be able to send money if you're not doing it via the standard? That's all I'm saying, y'all. Think deeper than what they give us on a silver platter. Well, actually, they give it to us on a probably a plastic plate, to be honest. The way they treat us and filter us information while doing something completely different in the background. This is the first time in human history where we had a seat in the background before they did. Understand what we hold when we hold these ISO gems, this Hederas, your hbar, your XLM, your XDC, your IOTA, your Quant. Y'all understand what Quant is, y'all. Like, truly see this roadmap is a vision that is being executed perfectly, because so many people just a few short years from now are going to say, I should have gotten that when it was $100. I should not have fudded that when it was $100. I should have paid more attention to that dude, King Channing, on YouTube, and not just said something crazy in his comments like he's delusional and marched out of the channel. Time will be everyone's best teacher. And what Overledger is pulling off globally and the roadmap that they are executing is something to sit back and be in awe of. And for us to have a front row seat at the table is incredible. I appreciate everything that Gilbert Verdian and the team over there at Quant Network is doing, and I appreciate them even more for making the information public and letting the retail people know what is actually going on when certain key integrations with things like a hedera happens. But made it all the way through this entire video, I want y'all to type in 2035. Because if you have a vision and if you can see that roadmap leading up into 2035, understand that from 2025 to 2025, that is a almost 10-year ride up on the backbone of the infrastructure that is being laid out right now in 2025. And understand 2026, 2027, 2028, 29, 2030, and beyond with this innovative, patented technology that we hold that is cementing itself into internet protocols and global standards. Meaning you won't have a choice if you're sending money via certain corridors. You have to send it this way so everyone in the world can understand the language and speak it so that they can send what they need to send back to you. Understand what's being laid out right in front of our faces when you have key players cementing themselves in global infrastructure. Okay, you guys, it is going to touch every fabric of our lives in some way or another, whether it is the digital ID, whether it is the digitization of your healthcare records, because that is happening right now, whether that is the democratization of your data, because at some point in time, your data will be yours and under your control, which means you will get paid for the onset and use of said data. That democratization, understand that day is coming as well. And the whole realm of Web3. Y'all truly understand. We are gonna sit back one day. We a lot of people have said this in the comments, and I'm gonna let y'all go. You know, we gonna have a QNT meetup somewhere in the world. Yeah, we gonna do that. We gonna have my people who rock on this channel. We gonna set it up one day. You know, maybe it might be 5 years from now. You know, now I'm projecting into the future. It might be 6 years from now. Who knows? But we gonna have a QNT meetup, y'all, because these my day oneers and so forth and so on, you know, people who commented on every video, people who really are tapping in, people who are truly understanding, y'all, we go sit back one day and be extremely grateful that we took the time in 2025 to understand what is happening right now. Okay, you guys, so if you made it all the way through this entire video, type in 2035, because if you have that vision, y'all, this ride is gonna be incredible. To the next time, y'all already know. I appreciate y'all. Type in 2035. Peace out.